Amen.
So to you as a music director, maybe do you remember your first project you directed?
I think the first one yenye naweza sema kudirect ilikuwa ya nani ya Njeri Matiro ya 2023 the EP Mwamba EP. It was a task because it was a new thing for me, so sikuwa najua nilikuwa najua the aspect of music but I didn't know the aspect of production just yet, so I didn't know what people would want to hear hizo vitu. But that is in terms of now projects. But in terms of directing, nilianzia ICC. ICC, some worship nights, huko nikaenda Kisumu now for school. Pia huko I was able to direct normal services one or another. Hizo vitu tu pole. So the first project ilikuwa ya Njeri. Yeah.
And maybe at some point, as you are started as a director, of course, maybe you are the number one person that is getting in contact. And maybe at some point you'll be required to come up with a team of other bands that you wish to be able to share into the vision of these specific projects or product. What do you look into such in terms of who are the people I'll choose, or what are those attributes, elements you look into, say, these are the elements I'll be checking for people who I'll be working with?
Interestingly, I've not sijaipata hiyo liberty ya kuchagua wase. So I've not been the go-to MD wa project in terms of getting people. For example, hiyo event ya kwanza, hiyo project ya Njeri, the person who was handling, who was going to play, ilikuwa jamaa anaitwa Fadhili, a good friend of mine. Fadhili Standa. So yeye ndo aliita wase. But when it comes to looking for people to do projects with, what I think about is professionalism, character, heart, for them msanii sasa, pocket friendly for them msanii. But what niseme juu ya character, heart posture, spirituality, there's one more nimesema yenye nimesahau, professionalism. Hiyo yote sasa ni mtu ana make sense. So for me it has to make sense in all those four categories. So that ni itemse. Alafu auhitaji msee mwenye ako na repertoire ndogo. At least anaweza bend, mtu wako flexible. Yeah.
So watu wamesikia. Hizo ndio points to look into. So wewe jiangalia, unajiita kwa mkutano hapo kando. Unajiuliza, am I meeting this? Where do I need to work? Work on it to become a better team player. Awesome indeed. So maybe for a layman, a person who does not maybe understand the process, because I don't believe everyone understands what goes on in live recordings, how people get, what people do. So maybe just want you to explain in a nutshell for you on this maybe project that you're involved in, from the first call, what is being involved, to the final product that now people see as the live record when they come now to see the whole thing.
Okay. That's on to me ya Spencer.
Okay.
Ya Spencer ilikuwa really interesting. So MD wa hiyo project ilikuwa Das. So Das alinikola akaniambia, so kuna Spencer. Actually Spencer talked to me first. And then Das akaniongelesha about it. So Spencer akaniambia, ni aje, so I have a project. Nikamwambia, let's think logistically pia. But say less, I'll be there. So ndo sasa kaniambia logistics zake, hivi ndo kuna contract na hivi. Kaniambia, kamwambia, okay, that's good. Mimi niko sawa. Let's do this. So Dasa call just to confirm. Kaniambia pia ndo hii project ni nini. So it's going. Yeah, we have this amount of songs. So just to prepare me mentally. The second thing sasa ilikuwa kusolidify dates za practices as rehearsals. But before that, of course, kulikuwa na the vision casting, quote unquote, of which sasa, since ilikuwa nimemeet na Spencer, alikuwa amenishow venye alikuwa ata project iende halfway. So just to align with the vision, lazima tuujue. So that whatever you're doing, it's for for the aid of msanii na for music yake isikuwe yako sasa. Usikuje na vision yako, because there's only one vision bearer in a project. So kuja line kwa hiyo vision, that's another thing. So tukaset rehearsals, tukaanza kuja rehearsals, songs ni demos. So what are we thinking of? Building on it. So the biggest thing naweza sema for other instrumentalists, kama si music director, make sure you carry your weight. Usingoje ufikiriwe vitu zako. Yes, kuna specific things mtu atakwambia play here there, but also try get an identity kwa hiyo song. So kama when you aux keys, you have to think in line of how do I aid the main keys. Kama uliambiwa ucheze hivi, but also usisahau kuna yourself there. So make it your own so that you also enjoy it as you play. So that was happening a lot kwa hiyo project, where it was a collective effort. The music was a collective effort from the singers all the way to the band. So singers na band si eti ni separate. They are just one entity. Ni juu tu wanacheza instruments, wanaimba. I really loved the experience. Kuna sana niligonjeka, nikahata rehearsal, and then also in that day sikuwa poa sana, sikuwa 100, but we bless the Lord, I was able to push through, and there was healing. So tukapiga hizo rehearsals, tukapiga consistently. So but me realize napenda venye wase walikuwa kuja on time, a couple. Kuna wase wako kuja on time, which happens. But don't be a notorious late comer. Na tena usikuje kauja piga rehearsals zako za home. Those are two things. Usikuje mapema na ujapiga tizi, na usikuje late na ujapiga tizi. Na si eti ukuje late juu umepiga tizi. So respect other people's time. Yeah. So unaenda tu tulikuwa tunapiga, tunajibamba. Nakumbuka asante wakati iliandikwa, tulikuwa like my guys, kitu inahitaji Kijaluo. Akaenda akapata verse ya Kijaluo. Na sasa ikajiniti hivi, tukajua hii song inaenda ikiendanga. So we actually had, it is really important to let the song speak to you as you're building it, so that by the time nafikia wase, pia wewe isha kuongelesha, it already minister to you. True. You already accept its message, and now you're just giving the message to the rest. So let the songs minister to you as you rehearse. Na pia ukienda home si eti ukae tu hivyo and ukisikiza the songs, so that you get, for an instrumentalist, kupata msee mwenye anajua lyrics nakuanga bit hard unless sasa ako really intentional. So mi ni wale, not unfortunately, fortunately, it's a good thing for me. I try, lyrics inaningia virahisi. So I listen to lyrics because I want to know what you're saying. If your music makes sense. So fast forward to recording was amazing. Kulikuwa na some few technical glitches on the day, but it was an amazing project. Mi nilikuwa napenda hiyo project sana. Likewise to Joanna's, likewise to, as in, there's no project that I've been in terms of recording that I have not loved. I have done it with all my heart, in my mind, but pia physically, I've given everything to it. Yeah.
Awesome, amazing.
Yeah.
Kwa mtu hajasikia wimbo ya Asante, enda pale tafuta Asante, Adelaide Spencer. Support all those artists. Ndo sikiza hizo wimbo bana, zikujenge pia, tujengeke wote kijumla jumla.
Yeah.
So maybe what are the strategies that you always employ in terms of the different, of course every creative comes with different skills, but you maybe as now in the heart of a music director, to just ensure that, I get you guys, I know everybody's skilled and everybody is thinking of different ideas of how to bring this into this project, but at this point allow me to give direction. Naona idea noma safi kwanza wewe kali, but at the same time nataka to maintain vision.
I think the easiest way to maintain a vision is to play off people. So for me personally, if I'm given the task to record something, or rather to direct something, nataka ni service. Sometimes kuna places zingine lazima tu ushikie mtu at gunpoint hivi. Kuna unashika at gunpoint, unaambia guys tunaifanya hivi, wewe hakuna kitu ina change hapa. Si eti kushtua msee, but that comes now spiritually for me. by the time niambie wase hapana, this is how we are doing it, is because of everything that is at play. So that is for me what God has told me. So if God had told me to do this, na msee nataka twende outside this, that is it. But if someone wants to do anything within the vision, but it's something different than I had already thought of, then we incorporate it because it's still within the vision. I really like playing, as I've said, playing off people's suggestions. So sieti natupilia mbali sasa nini suggestion yako ama nasemeni aje. I try fit it in context. So kama, as you say, for the vision, unaweza sema kitu yenye iko a bit on the, unapata msee amekupea unapata msee amekupea kitu ya 6-8 na si tuko 4-4. So one way or another 6-8 na 4-4 zitapatana tu. So for me now I try think of okay, how can it now be translated on this other side? So that usiende ukiumiza msee pia.
Maybe even across that of course sometimes kuna kuanga na tension ama between bandits. Maybe for you, which can be your mode of or what have you employed to handle such cases?
I try my best to have a relationship with the people. Ata si sasa siyoka ata director ini as a person. I try my best to have a relationship with the person so that when it comes to conflict, the resolution isn't a hard thing to get. Because sasa unajua, so you try to understand the other person. So si eti unajisema from a point of justification ama emotion led based responses. You're like, because I value and respect you as a person, let's do this, let's just sort this out. Conflict ipumue. Si vibaya kutoa wase wawili kwa room wenye wanazozana ama kusimamisha rehearsal watu waongee ishe, because if your heart is not together, hakuna mziki mta produce, it makes sense. Mtaimba vipoa lakini impact imepotea. So there's no essence of that music. Imekuwa too bash sasa. Na hata of which entertainment bado tu inakuanga na the emotions. So unapata emotions easily spill to music because of how emotional music can get. So watu kasirikiana, you'll feel it. You'll feel it one way or the other. It won't be as effective as nini. So I'd rather we stop rehearsal, we sort ourselves out, then we go back to rehearsal. So once everything is on a clean slate, on a good slate, tuende tu pamoja.
Awesome. Maybe additionally, as a music director also, there are different elements that you consider. Of course, you have vocalists on the board, you have instrumentalists, and I believe you always watch for every beat. Everyone has to come. They have done their assignment. So you don't want someone to come and do their homework during classwork. So at some point, do the what do I term it? Do the do I term it? To the what? To the people who are doing the vocals and every other beat production, mtu sound. Of course, I know that the remarkability of doing what they are doing really affects your performance in general as a person. And most of the time, hii nimesikia tu chini sound engineers or sijui mbona wanakuwa shida sound engineers sana. Unapata umwambia boss ukicheza kitu ijakuwa hivi.
Exactly. So
how has been experience been with working with now a cross sect sound engineers, producers?
Nantraishanga. Of course, you won't get along with everyone.
True.
Kuna wase tu of course hamtapata nao. However, tuanze small vocalist na instrumentalist. Unfortunately or fortunately for me, nitapiga nasikia zote. So nikisikia hii side iko hivi na hii side iko hivi, I really like vitu zimeshikana. So sometimes vocalist ndo atadictate si tunaenda wapi. Sometimes sisi ndo tunadictate wakati vocalist place yenye vocalist wanaenda. Na sometimes inakuanga tu a joint thing. So for me, vocals and the synergy between the vocals and the band is really needed, is heavily needed. Lazima ikuwe hapo, hakuna option. Sound engineer, if you can get your own, well and good. Until then, you will have to suffer. You'll have to suffer. The same with producers. Until you get your own, you will lazima ungangane. So it's a risk thing. So you have to take the risk. You have to be willing to take the risk for you to get your output. Sometimes it will take a lot of capital, but the beauty of it is once you get it, umeipata. Hakuna mahali inaenda. Yeah.
And maybe how do you term your leadership style?
Dictatorship. Okay, no. Ningesema relation based. I'm really relation based. Na very sort of, I tend to be really objective. So even with my relationability with you or my relation with you, saa zingine tu niko like, you know what, saa niko na two sides, two extreme sides. Niko either I'm very comical or I'm very serious. So nikiwa serious nitakuwa like, by the way, debu tufanye kitu, si tufanye. But say it in jam. Ni tu sasa nimekuwa tu just extremely objective. Yeah. So ni very relational, but also at the same time niko very objective. Yeah. So I like to have fun.
Your communication style? How do you feel? Do you communicate information to people?
Well, mi saa zingine unakuanga blunt. Saa zingine unakuanga blunt, but most of the time I don't like hurting people. So nitasema, I'm usually very blunt in my jokes though. But in terms of correction and stuff, lazima nitasema tu like as to remove not to remove, but in regards to emotion, in regards to mind, and also in regards to how I understand the person, there's only a certain way you can communicate. So hiyo ndo na trying it to get sana sasa. Yeah.
In an instance, maybe umepatana na wase wageni, what are those things that you just do to ice break? Because of course when you get new people, kila mtu ako kwa hiyo space ya
amejifunga.
Kila mtu ako na mimi si ndio ule nani ako pale. What are those things maybe that you just do to ice break for you and for maybe even them? They have maybe more
time. Najipea time now. So sitataka kupry in their space too much. I tend to do so. But say niko placing, I won't pry too much. But I'll always look for time yenye tutaspend pamoja. Hata kani let's say tuko hapa nje tunakunywa chai, nitakuja nikupigishe story nisikie, so that we just you get comfortable, so that it's easier to work with you, it's easier to correct you, it's easier for you to correct me, because now I understand where you're thinking, how you're coming from, who you are as a person. Yeah. So my kind of icebreaker takes time, but jokes is always a good icebreaker. Yeah. Mtu akicheka najua this person is for me. Acha nitakupata kando ya tent. Yeah.
Nasikia chai tuwezi. It's okay.
Chai. Kuna maji.
Kwa mtu anakunywa chai hapa peke yake. It's okay. Karibu luye yenye amshiki. How do you adapt to the last minute changes? Some of the times unapata mmepanga kitu
alafu inageuka last minute.
Mwisho wake unaambiwa by the way kitu tulikuwa tufanye hapa.
Wacha tu
ama lenga hiyo tutafanya kile.
Hiyo kitu kuanga uchungu over. But I'm a very spiritual person. Let me say I'm a very God-led person. So if it is a notion, not a notion, but if it's a spiritual aspect of it that needs to be tended or taken care of, yes, hiyo ni sawa. Itakuwa a bit hard for now the flesh to kwa nini, but you'll still have to. So zingine tu kuna zingine unakata, kuna zingine unakubali. So you have to be really aware of the mood, the spirit, and the voice. So pray for discernment sana, so that you know who is speaking to you. Are you speaking from a point of is the person speaking from a point of pride? Is the person speaking from a point of I need to show my authority? Is the person speaking from a point of what I sabotage this? Or is the person thinking from a point of this will be the best thing for this person? And also remember the type of authority you have, or rather I have. Siwezi to call shots kama si mimi ndo nafaa ku call hizo shots. Yeah. if there's a worship leader, let me use that instance. Worship leader akiamua kuchange, akisikia hiyo ndo iko kwa roho yake, hakuna kitu naweza mfanyia sasa, unless wendo lipewa task ya kumwambia ni aje, no we can't change. So you either comply, una comply tu. Let's say that mkianguka juu, sasa uzuri ya band ni mko wote, mkianguka tunaanguka sisi wote. So unajua ile kitu ya sikizeni MD akiwatupa nje, at least mko nje wote. Yes.
Maybe what has been the most challenging moment for you as a director?
I think the most challenging it's been working on everything on my own. Where unapata wasi wameshindwa kufikiria rather they're not aiding in the creativity. So unapata inakuwa really hard for you because now you have to think of everything else. Na tena kwa vitu zingine mingi za kufanya, so you have to think kiss tu icheze nini, acheze nini, kiss one chord gani, chord quality gani unataka acheze, guitarist acheze nini, rhythm acheze lead acheze voice gani, acoustic icheze aje, drama unataka aeke toms aje, acheze tom part, so hizo vitu, that is I think the hardest bit for me.
So when you get a creative skill set of people,
inakuwa a lot easier.
In fact, ideas na gel haraka.
Exactly. So unakuja na a sort of finished product, unakuja na like end goal iko, so unakuja na a blueprint of what you need to have, and then you build on it so that I lose its originality, but also it's not as a demo.
Awesome indeed. With the introduction of technology, I believe things like stems and loops have come about. Maybe what are your sentiments pertaining them? Have they made music become a better production, or to some extent have they made some people become lazy in terms of executing different things?
Well, yes, imefanya sana wasi, kuna wasi wamekuwa lazy, kuna wasi wametumia for advantage. So there is a time for stems, there is a time for loops, but kuna saa zingine hazifai tu kabisa. So for me, I am for them, but at the right time. What is the right time? You will figure it out with your msanii. Msanii akitaka stems, mpe stems. Msanii kataki stems, usimpe stems. But if you're a person who doesn't like a lot of structure, usitumie stems. If you like structure, stems will be your best friend.
Sasa uko nyuma 1 2 3. Afuko mbele mtu akiona anasema what? Hata watu wataongea.
Imagine. Yani wanaipiga tu.
Watu washaelewa hata pesa shaingia.
Pesa shaingia.
What's happening here? Awesome. To you to your new heart again as a music arranger. Maybe do you remember your first piece you arranged?
Sifa za Moyo was one of the things nimearranged before. Sifa za Moyo ni Njeri. It's a very nice chakacha song. Mimi kwangu inanibamba. Doesn't have to be lazima ibambe watu wengi sana, but kwangu inanibamba. And bado song ina speak to message yake. So it was a really interesting thing to think about, because sasa it's a fusion of hits na actual pocket. So arranging it was a bit hard and easy, because at that point Fadhili, who was the keyboardist, alikuwa amefikiria in a different way. So mimi nimefikiria in a different way. So by the time tulipatana, strike balance na pia nisitupilie yake mbali na yeye tupilie yangu mbali. At the same time bado tunafikiria msanii anatakaje. So we had to do a lot of trial and error and building in the process. So ilikuwa interesting, ilikuwa ngumu na rahisi at the same time. Juu wasi wenyewe walikuwa nao pia walikuwa wanafanya ikuwe rahisi.
For you, what is your process of arrangement right now? For example, you already have a product that you want to arrange. What are the first things that you do, and what are the first instruments that you layer in terms of getting these products just started for you to be able?
First of all, meaning so melodies. I really like melodies and interesting chords. Something that isn't too predictable. Depending on whether the place is drum based, not drum based but instrument based or vocal based, ndo sasa nafikiria in terms of that. So kani vocal lazima instruments isi overshadow vocal. Kani instruments, vocals ina embellish the instruments or and vice versa. So like the first thing, the basics sasa ni either keys or acoustic. So I have to think of the chords. I think of the chords first because before I think of everything else. Groove itajileta at some point, but I think chords are really important to begin with. So what's the harmony of the song? So inaanzia tu hapo ikisonga mbele pole pole. So like hiyo after hiyo sasa naanza kufikiria by the groove inaenda hivi. Sometimes it comes inversely, unapata uko na groove ndo sasa unaweka progression to it. So it is flexible depending on the type of song. Yeah.
To approach how important and critical is for any arranger to just have a basic of an instrument?
Very important, very important. Kama arranger unafaa kuwa na basic ya instruments karibu zote, ama at least you have an idea of how they play. Because without that sasa hauwezi direct music. Because music is not just one instrument, it's all of them. So lazima ufikirie drama na unataka afanye nini. Lead guitar, acoustic, bassist anafanya nini, keyboardist unataka acheze hii chord hivi, hizo vitu. So you have to have some basic a basic of the instruments. Yeah.
Maybe how do you balance the artist's vision, emotional expression and technical skill all together?
Artist's vision, emotional
expression, technical skill.
How do I balance it?
Yes.
Ooh, very interesting. Kuna watu kuanga emotional. So you highlight the aspects that so wewe unakuwa like the bridge of the weakest thing they have. So if they're weak emotionally, you bring the emotion. If they're weak skill wise, wasaidie kubuild on your skill, or rather make them sound good. That's the end of or that's like the basis of it. So you don't usingangane tu kufanya vitu sasa in regards to how you'd like them to be done, but make it also comfortable for the artist. As well as bado kwa comfortability, making them uncomfortable enough for them to challenge themselves in growth. Yeah.
Oh, awesome indeed. Maybe are there kinds of music that you are looking for to arrange currently?
Ningependa kuarrange muziki ya Kiarabu na bado sijailana.
Kiarabu ni kama unaitwa huko.
Hapana, siendi huko. Muziki za Nigeria shika, South Africa ziko hapo. Pia muziki ya South Africa. Kwanza opera. I'd really like to do an opera at some point. A classical piece at some point ya biz. Hizo ndo zenye I'm looking forward to. A good 7/8 song. A 7/4 song. Whichever. 13/8. Yeah.
13 hizo ni okay, mtajua tu. What maybe are the tools or software that you use during arrangement that work for you?
Kwa simu BandLab. Natumianga BandLab almost juu niko most of the time niko kwa simu, so nikipata nini. Outside that, Ableton. Yeah. Ableton for laptops. Yeah. So hizo mbili ndo natumianga sana. Yeah,
okay. How closely do you work with other composers or other arrangers within your field in terms of maybe kuna ile similar hii stuff akupatie kofiti ama kuulize hii unataka kucheza wapi, ni muziki nakaje? How close is that?
Not too close, na pia si niko mbali sana. So nikipata mse najua ata fancy kusikia kitu fulani ama ako strong in a sector note, nitamsikizisha nimwambie hiyo I think aje about it. Yeah. Sometimes pia ni sasa ule rafiki yangu ule mwenye anakushow, amtumia tu namuulize una feel kwa aje,
hiyo muonanisho umekata kutushow
si washo. Unamshow tu, ni aje kunisikizie na sound aje, so that also kuna the emotional aspect usikieka iko sawa. So you just give it to trusted people. So nikikupata like wewe sasa nikupata kwa street randomly alafu nikuasikiza kitu nataka opinion ya sahihi nitakusikizisha uniambie by the way na soundaje sikizisha tu snippet ama nini. Yeah.
If you could rearrange an iconic piece of music, which one would it be?
Iconic piece of music. Kama ningetaka ku rearrange national anthem.
Ungetaka isoundaje?
Hizi nitajua tu mbele but najua nataka ku rearrange. Tucheze Mungu nguvu. Kuchezeka bossa nova.
Isiwe kitu so serious.
But no, nasema tu hivyo jokes but I really like to arrange it differently. Juu unaweza tumeimba the same way of which it's identity but kuna vile najua nitaangalia in a few. Yeah.
Kuna potential ya kitu better was to
not better but just something different in itakuwa pia acceptable. Yeah.
Serikali tuangalie. Tuko hapa.
Nitasiwa.
Amazing indeed. Maybe this thing has just skipped my mind. Oh my god.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Lazima irudi. Maybe how do you handle arrangements for vocally heavy pieces versus instrumental ones?
Vocally heavy pieces sasa unajua most of the time ni mimi peke yangu ndo niko. Yes. As I've said napatanga ideas katikati ya usiku. For arrangements a band, I really like having the band there so that it's easier to arrange because najua kuna vile nataka kusikia kodi but mimi siwezi ishika. So I'll need someone there. Kuna vile unaweza sikia kitu home and then trying to actualize it doesn't make sense. So for instrument heavy things napenda kuwa na instrumentalist hapo. For vocalists at least sasa niko na luxury I can try sing it on my own. And then you watumie arrangement mapema waniambie na soundaje and then tukipatana we build it off from there. Yeah.
Maybe do you prefer creative freedom or working with detailed directives?
Both. Yeah,
depending
both.
on the
kuna wase kuanga extremely detailed so ina bo. Yes, inafika place uko poa but sasa naboeka tu kwa sababu sasa hawakupei hiyo freedom yako so uskini kama unacheza kaa wewe unacheza tu kaa nika AI wange customs watu wacheze. But kuna saa that is needed kuna saa the creative freedom is needed so I can't say either or. Both. I'd say both.
Typical turnaround time for an arrangement for a project. What according to you?
Turnaround in what way?
For the product to be
ukisha record let's say leo ni siku gani 13th ama 14th 15th so 15th let's say to record leo at least tunafaa umetoa moja by end of October then utoe moja hadi siku zenye zitaisha so that una build audience si eti unatupia audience moja unakwama huku unawatupia ingine unakwama huku so by the time wanakumbuke so I'd rather do a piece every one month. Yeah.
Awesome. On to the live music concert, live recordings, live anything live set. Maybe what are the first things that you do once you approach that stage?
Yeah, live. Naomba Mungu anisaidie kwa si kwa nguvu zangu ni kwa neema yake akatufanya wanawake but mimi mwanaume. So
Takula nguvu.
So naomba tu na juu kitambo ilikuwa napata a lot of pre-jitters, show jitters ama nerves inanipanda. Sasa ndio nisikia tu kwenda choo napanda stage ndio na realize by this gender washroom. So that's the first thing I do. Naomba tu just to be at peace with it na pia nijue God ako na mimi. hivyo tu. Just generally that, and then ikifika na get a feel of the venue, where I'm standing, unapata you do a recce of your place. Maybe I have my rider, oneka rider iko, if there's enough space to do this, if there's leeway for this, hizo vitu. Yeah. So
any scenario ishaikuwa happen ya stage yenye ilikuwa ngori in terms of nikushtua hata mwenyewe, maybe when you are playing or what happened,
string kukatika ya bass. Do you know how weird it is?
Kwa nini unatumia
nilikuwa tu na hiyo fender yangu, hiyo violin. So nakumbuka nilikuwa tu nacheza tu. Nilichukua riaso nikasikia kuangalia string imedoze. So sieti imekatika, but you know a string is a coiled up thing. So it can lose coil. So ikakuwa sasa it's sorry, mic check. So ika snap tu, ikamweni aje mimi nimedoze. Luckily hiyo sana nilikuwa IC, so a friend of mine akanipea tu strings zake. So nikaenda nikazi replace. Nakumbuka kitu ilikuwa chungu, was so painful, but outside that kusawa arrangement. Alafu kacheza uongo.
Ndio ifanikiwa ndani.
Kwa
unajua ni uongo. Unajua hizo kile unajua ni uongo. Kuna kitu ulieka.
Lakini haikuwa hiyo. It was recovery.
Also we did. Maybe in case maybe a mistake happens and kwa mtu sasa, hii ni kwa tena kwa mtu tuseme aja indulge, tuko kwa live set tumerecord, kuna kitu nilipiga nje, nitarectify aje juu nikienda home nasikia kitu nikaa inaniumiza.
Live gani? Live ya kurecord? Sio napiga tu overdubs. So tutafanya nini?
Overdubs ni nini kwa mtu aelewe?
Overdubs ni kucheza tu kurectify mistake mtaani. So since ulicheza live unatumia tu hiyo nini, your audio clip, you just play over it. Unatumia producer and you may play over it. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. Just your specific part and you'll miss, then unamrudishia. Sasa
ukiulizwa tu simi bana, kuna check yenye mtu anataka kuandika hapa, which is the gear you go for.
Gear kani amp, Galen Kruger. Kani bass, Sire. For now niko napenda Sire because of how versatile it is. Unaweza pata heavy lows na unaweza pata very bright highs pia. And then niko na a lot of tone options. In terms of pedal, nilichukua tu Zoom. There's another Zoom in it was GB4 ama ni B something. Ningeendea hiyo, of which I really love my pedal. So hizo ndo gears ningeendea hizo na interface. Probably a Scarlett Focusrite 808.
Okay, but tupatie top 3 bass zenye ungeweza recommend ya mse.
Top 3 basses, Marcus Miller, Fender, Ibanez. Hizo ndo nimework nazo sana.
So one of them ikwa hiyo hata jifikirio ikosha pangwa. Zile ziko hapa. So maybe if you can recall, what is one of the most memorable moment that you remember to date in terms of your performances?
In terms of my performance, I was nilikuwa na minister mahali, kwa administration mahali na a friend of mine. Your song ilichapa differently. That is my highlight, as in that is my auspicious moment. Nilifanya, ilikuwa so nice. It was such a heart feeling. Juu sasa nika God alijireveal himself afresh kwangu for that specific song. So nikakaa tu hivi nikasikia roho yangu imeenda. Since then I think everything has changed for me in terms of that song. In terms of that artist pia, na pia in terms of music generally. So that for me was a big thing.
Awesome indeed. Are there moments that you had to make difficult artistic decisions, that is including just even denying to do to be indulged in or to be involved in different performances? Maybe wako meet checkbox ama
kuna wase wa checkbooks, kuna wase wana meet checkbooks, but character has go off. kuna wase tu sa shida ni mimi na kuanga nikiamua kuingia mahali na heart naingia na commitment. So naingia kan mejicommit yote, so my heart is also in it. So sometimes you need to protect your heart. So ukiona mse yako wishy-washy in terms of character, and also bad character corrupts good morals. You'd rather not. Checkbook sometimes doesn't really matter unless uko sasa kwa the secular bit. For me, my heart is in ministry. Not saying that so that I'm not paid, but there's some people you won't have to negotiate a check with them. Yeah, that's that. But kuna wase wengine lazima tuwafikie bei. Yeah, so it's not more of a relational thing, but it's more of a spiritual thing. So this is not to negate the fact that we are not to be paid. Yeah. So yes, as zingine checkbook zitafanya usifanye nini, unaona nikiona waste time. Kuna zingine checkbook zinaweza kosa kuwa na ufanye bado. Kuna zingine you'll have to negotiate prices to go higher. Kuna wengine watataka prices ikuwe lower, so it's an endless variable. Bora tu usilale njaa. Yeah.
Currently, can you say it's making sense?
Yes, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, it makes sense. Yeah, I think for me, the purpose behind it is what matters. Yeah, so yes, kuna avenues nalipo, kuna avenues ilipwi. But for me, it's purpose. It's a purpose thing. So yeah.
Maybe how do you handle criticism? Of course, you have criticism on both ends. You can have positive and negative. And maybe how do you ensure that it doesn't either take you to a place where you feel, hey, nimefika jo. Ikitoka hivi tu waset, we ni vitamba tuna.
Positive criticism kwa ngumu saa zingine mtu kwa shy kuchukua positive criticism. Kwa like pole basi. But negative criticism, kuna wenye they actually make sense in the negative criticism. So ukisikiza wase unasikiza na openness ya kulearn, but at the same time you're not just open to everything. Yeah, so unaweza pata mse ameamua hata huyu nimlete chini, sema by the way chizangi poa, wanafanya sijui nini. Sadly to say hao ndo wase unakuanga umewaekea almost everything. Alafu wanakutupa nje uko like sawa, okay, that's good. Kuna wase online tu watakuongelesha venye wanataka kuongea, but for me I'd say that doesn't really affect me much. I'm past that point because my biggest critic is myself. So since nilipita hiyo point, self criticism yangu iniumizi sana. Who are other people to hurt me? Yeah.
Awesome indeed. How do you handle stage fright? Or you never have it?
Imeenda yote. At first, I really had it. Kama acha niwaambie nilikuwa nayo hata nilishindwa kucheza vizuri. Na apparently nilicheza vizuri. Ilikuwa ile Israel Mbonyi ile concert nilicheza na Roship. Nilikuwa nimetense. Tena ubaya ni nasikia baridi pia vidole. So vidole hazitaka kusonga. I really struggled. And then if stage fright for me na combating sometimes can make a chini. So it's easier for me to play while seated. Hiyo siku ilikuwa nimesimama. So ilikuwa mlima, ilikuwa a whole rooftop to climb bila stairs. Yeah.
Talking about unajua amepiga matours kadhaa. Naona passport ala ni kama watu wanini wanataka kuringia. Watu immigration. Tutaongelesha wakuja wachukue
kwa namba.
How been the tours? Tours zimekuaje?
Zimekuwa poa. As I've said, I'm very relational. So hizo ndo vitu napenda sana because you get to know people better. And knowing people better means kuna boundaries zingine zinakuwa broken na kuna lines sasa not unaweza cross but at least they are not blood lines. Yeah. So unaenda ukilearn wase, also experience different cultures as well as experience different people for yourself. Yeah. So unaweza kuwa na misconception yako, but because you went somewhere together tukarudi, your misconception inaenda. Yeah.
How been the experiences in the different countries you've toured in terms of their music according to how you conceptualize it?
Watu kuanga very specific. Watu kuanga very specific with what they want. Kwanza outside. extremely specific. So that is why I say task yangu ni kulearn genres for genres, not venye nilikuwa tu. So kani kulearn jazz nafaa kulearn repertoire ya jazz, kani kulearn bumtuaf lazima nijue bumtuaf ni nini, nijue vocabulary yake, hizo vitu. If it's Ethiopian music, the same. If it's Ugandan music, the same. Kani seben pia usihate hiyo feel ya seben, the original feel ya seben. So just being, Paul anasema be all things to all men. Yes.
Maybe currently which is the music and you run back to back in your discography?
Mbaya sana Mexican music. Traditional kwanza Mexican music na kwanga too interesting. For some reason that is what I've been listening to the past couple of weeks.
Some of the musical icons maybe you admire or you love how they do their work in terms of execution and
work ethic. Work ethic. Najaribu kufigure out nani nitataja. In terms of work ethic, bassists. Kuna huyo anaitwa K-Bass, anakuanga very transparent na Kenya anafanya na ma rehearsals zake. Na Derek Bennett. So those are the people I've been looking up to sort of. Kuna Alan Snoop, kuna Justin Rains. Those are the 4 people who are like nikiwafikiria sana. Na Matt Ramsey sasa who has just come, not just come, amekuwa ni juicy, no tumemjua tu juicy, but pia yeye is a very good guy, Henrik Linda. Those 2 people who are playing outside. So those are people na nikisikia niko like guy siku yenye nitajua kucheza hivi.
Kwa best. And maybe aside from music now, wakati sime iko kwa muziki, anapenda kufanya nini? PS nagonga mtu, juzi ligonga mtu 9 nikikutana naye. Kwa ilikuwa ya kwanza ilikuwa 8, alafu nikamgonga 9 so sasa I think nimemkonka over to other mountains. Ndio na ukaprove.
Piga rubber stamp sealed. There's that. There is swimming. Napenda kuswim tu randomly, so hata ninafaa kufikiria venye naijua sasa best. I really like socializing, so my way of relaxing with people ni kukaa tu na wasi. Kuna study of the word pia, kuomba. Nimeanza kusoma mavitabu pole compared to before. Nimerudi sasa ku workout pia juu nimeanza kumea sana. kgs ime increase in height. So hizo tu vitu.
Unapenda kula nini?
Napenda kula food.
Which was your favorite food?
So favorite food is sikuwangi na favorites. Labda go to. Nikiona sina stress, sitaki kitu itanikalisha chipo. But if kukaa meat ni meat, nyama choma siku hizi inanifurahisha. Ugali nyama wet fry ama dry fry, bora tu supu ikuwe kando. You have it.
Nyama ikipatana na supu.
Nyama ikipatana na supu sasa inadepend na venye unaipi, unless ni ile thick soup ya boiled meat. But dry fry ama wet fry na supu kando. The best thing.
Amazing. So where can people check out your current work, your tour dates, your projects? When they want just to get in touch with Simi himself.
Simi. Namba yangu siwapei, but Instagram, TikTok, Instagram at Simi_Dianga. TikTok nimesahau. Situ mionzi. Itakupea utaweka tu. Yeke mahali hapa editor. yeke mahali hapa.
Producer ameona.
Yeke tu mahali hapa. Ndio TikTok handle yangu. Tap screen. Tap the screen. So fund hapo nitaanzisha kupost content YouTube very soon. So yeah.
You're waiting. Tunangoja siku moja tuite Simi live sasa.
Ngoja mtaona. Let me work on my EP kwanza yenye nilianza last year na sijaendelea. So I have like 2 songs yenye I still need to finish up on, and then I had like 2-3 more songs, and then I'm done. Yeah.
So tweet bana.
Nitawaita.
To come through.
Nitawaita. Yeah.
To appreciate. You offer classes for the bass?
Yes, I do offer.
People get in touch with you.
Unaweza nitumia kitu kwa email ama hapo Instagram. TikTok nitakudanganya nikisema utume huko. But Instagram hiyo simi_dianga. Email s.dianga52@gmail.com. Yeah.
Final word to musicians in general. What is that one thing that you will wish to just pass it on to the generation of musicians who are coming up?
Have fun and find purpose in your music. Usicheze tu hivyo ovyo. As much as ni hobby, najua sasa hobby is your reason to, but find your reason to. Jibambe nayo, penda God, na value yourself. That will be fine. Yeah.
Umesikia points, very serious points hapa. Kuna mchezo wewe. Thanks Maze for coming to the pod. Really honored and humble to have you on the pod, Maze. Such an amazing time, Maze. We give you flowers for what you're doing. Keep on keep on being the best. Tunafurahia tukiendelea kukuona.
Yeah.
To more and more.
Yeah, asante
sana. Upon you, Maze, as you level up kila siku.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, that has been my time with the one and only Simi Dianga. Until next time, keep it Watumishi podcast.